Not all AI-generated websites look exactly the same. Well, at least not if you use the correct tool. Let me show you how to utilize Mobirise AI website builder to get not one, but 4 different unique designs. And you can then, of course, pick the one you like the best and customize it however you want. You're going to find the link to Mobirise AI in the description. And well, of course, Mobirise is kindly sponsoring this video. When you open the website, you're going to get this very familiar chat box that you can use to enter your prompt. So just describe as detailedly as possible what you want to build. Of course, you can build anything you want in Mobirise, from small business websites to landing pages, portfolios, prototypes, and more. I will enter my prompt here, and essentially I want to create a website for my business. All right, we got 4 different layouts, and I want to point out that the differences here are not just trivial, but rather quite significant. Those are not just static images you see here, but the actual websites, so you can preview them exactly as they appear. And look at this beautiful animation that's happening on this one. I really love this. Also, I'm sure you noticed it by now, you have this regenerate fast button. So if you're not satisfied with the options you get, well, just hit the regenerate fast button and you'll get another 4 layouts you can choose from. Keep in mind that you can edit and tweak this however you like. So this is not the final version we got. We're going to edit this and adjust it so it's going to look even better than this. I'll select this one and I'll just hit continue. All right, now we're ready to edit this website. Right here, we have a full page editor that we can utilize to tweak the design we got. And as I mentioned, treat this as a starting point and adjust it exactly as you like. So first thing that I want to do is I want to adjust the styles a bit, and I'm going to open the edit styles panel here. And first, I'm going to change my primary color from this brown to purple because it makes more sense with this beautiful image I have going on here. So let's do this. And while we're here, I'll also open the code editor because that's the feature that I really like. You don't only get the visual page builder, but you can also directly access the code for this page that the Mobirise built, and you can tweak it however you want. As you can clearly see, this is a proper code editor. Syntax highlighting is on point, and I also really like the theme here. Of course, if you're not a fan of a dark theme, then you can switch it to a light theme. Just open the settings and select color scheme light. You might also want to show undo and redo buttons, and immediately as I hover the feature, you're going to see what the interface change will look like. So I'm going to hit OK, and here is my light theme along with the new undo and redo buttons. I didn't make any changes, so I'm just going to close this, and we already have new primary color here. Let's tweak the menu as well. I don't like the white version here, so I'll switch it to dark. I'll click on the block and I'll hit block parameters icon, and we'll change it from white to the purple one, but I'm not entirely happy with this purple, so I'll actually adjust it. I'll open the full color picker and I'll just go a little bit darker here. There we go. I'm happy with this, but I'll also set the style to transparent. Obviously, I need to adjust the color of my text. Active color is going to be white. I'll actually just open the code because, well, I like working with code, and Mobirise allows me to do that very easily. So I just open the editor and, well, we set it to light theme, but I prefer the dark theme, so I'll just switch the color scheme to dark again. All right, there we go. I can clearly see my HTML structure here. I want to tweak those menu items here, and I can clearly see that they are designated with nav menu link. So I'll search for nav link in my CSS editor. By the way, I didn't mention it before, but if you want to learn more about Mobirise's editors, just hit the help icon here, and you're going to see all commands that are available within the editor. I'll close this and I'll hit Control F to open the search, and I'll look for nav link. I will add the color property here, and I will actually use Mobirise's feature active color. If you remember, we did change the active color to white, so that is precisely what I want to use here. Add active color, and I'm going to save this. There we go. Now we have white menu items. We also need to tweak the logo, set it to white as well. Of course, you'll want to replace this with your actual logo, and you can easily do this. In block parameters, you're going to find the logo item. If you enable it, you can add your own logo, and of course, you can very easily tweak the logo size. So if you click on the icon right here, you can of course be able to upload your own logo. So it's actually really easy to work with this editor. And of course, the thing that I like is that you can just jump into the code and edit it directly, because oftentimes editors can be a little bit clunky and you cannot do absolutely everything you want. But if you know your way around CSS, and if you're watching this, you probably do know your way around CSS, then you can tweak anything you want. So if you want to edit anything on your website, open the block parameters, and you're going to be able to edit specific settings for that block inline in this beautiful pop-up. Or alternatively, or my preferred way is to just jump into the code and edit it directly. That way you have a little bit more control. All right, let me show you how the publish flow works, because it's really fluid and smooth. So I'll just hit publish, and I have two straightforward options. I can publish it on a subdomain of Mobirise, or I could download it in zip format, and then I can, well, use it however I want. So I'll just use the default that's available here. I'll hit publish. Everything's going to be prepared, compiled, and the website is going to be ready to publish. There it is. If I hit the link, the website I just built will be opened in a new window. As you've seen, we've built this website in a few minutes. You can, of course, adjust any content here, adjust the text, and, for example, one of the great things that you can do with this is you use Mobirise AI to build a simple website for your potential client, or maybe a few versions. You can publish them directly on Mobirise subdomain, or you can alternatively download the zip and publish it on your own website. And then you can show off this to your clients. And this is, in my opinion, a much better way to pitch potential clients these days than, well, preparing a design in Illustrator or Photoshop and then trying to build this in HTML. So I hope that this short video showed you how easy it is to actually build a website in Mobirise AI. The key feature that I want to highlight here is that you get 4 different, uniquely different websites, not just with slight tweaks, but entirely different. You pick the one that you really like, you adjust a few things here and there. Of course, if you're like me, you're going to want to dig into the code, and thankfully, Mobirise AI or Mobirise Website Builder has a beautiful and very functional code editor, so you can edit both the template and CSS precisely to what you're liking, precisely to what your or your clients needs. Thank you so much for your attention, and thanks so much to Mobirise for sponsoring. My name is Zoran Jambor. I will see and hear you in a different Mobirise generated website, or rather, in a new video.